George Tukos.
Hi,
Hey, how you
George.
guys doing?
How's it going?
Good.
Good, man. How are you guys? All good?
All good.
Really good, thanks. Are you still in
Awesome.
Florida?
Yeah, I'm in sunny South Florida.
Oh, you arsehole.
Yeah, living the life.
It's been pissing down here all day.
Sorry, not sorry.
So tell us about training.
Oh, training's been awesome. I'm training down in Fort Lauderdale at Hard Knocks 365. Was formerly
Yeah,
the Black Zillions with Henry Hooft, Greg Jones, Cammy Barzini, they're the coaches. And
yeah,
there's just like a wealth of talent down there. It's insane. The top guys in the world, really. You got like Kamaru Usman, he's fighting for the belt in the UFC. You got Luke Rockhold, just the best guys from every promotion at every weight class, really. It's
yeah.
insane. Yeah.
And how does training differ out there?
I guess it's just more like, I wouldn't say we're over friendly in the UK, but just over here is so like regimented. The guys are so serious. Like when you turn up to training, a lot of the guys, they wrestled at a high level in like college, high school, whatever. And they're just like in that mindset. They come into training, they don't talk until after training's done. Like back home, we're really friendly. It's a good vibe in the gym. Out here, it's like, it almost reminds me of when you turn up to the arena and there's other fighters around and you're kind of like on edge, like you're really tuned in to perform. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And do you find that atmosphere easier to train in or harder?
At first, it's a bit intimidating, I'll be honest. It's a bit like, whoa, like you see these guys and they're the top guys in the world. And it's not so much that there's egos around, but they're just, everyone knows how good the level is. So everyone's kind of like, they want to do well in training. But eventually it just becomes like, you get with the program and then you see like other guys who are the new guys. And then you see them in the same position you were in like a month ago. And you just kind of, you get into the meat grinder and you become a part of it yourself. It's awesome.
What do you do in your downtime?
In my downtime, I just recover. Out here, it's like they wrestle so much. Like the wrestling is just so intense that
Yeah.
like you're just smashed. Like every fighter, there's parts of their game which they kind of find easier or they're more into a certain discipline. Like originally, like back home, I consider myself more of a grappler, but out here, it's like the grappling and the wrestling is so high level. Like out here, I consider myself a striker. I'm just looking to stand. Yeah, it's crazy. So in my downtime, I'm so beat up. I just chill and eat good food, enjoy the sun, swim a little bit, go to the beach. Just the good life.
Not going to
Yeah.
Disneyland then?
No, that's up in Orlando. That's a bit of a drive away. But no, certainly not.
So let's talk about your fight. You're fighting
Yeah.
well, first of all, let's talk about when we were at UCMMA and you said all you do is interview the amateurs at Titan. Where's my interview?
Yeah, I was like, where's my interview? What's up?
And I
Let's
said,
do it.
right, when are you fighting? You said Bellator Dublin. And I said, as soon
Yeah,
as it's announced, we'll
we'll
get
do
this
an
interview
interview.
sorted.
Yeah.
So
They're
you've
actually,
obviously,
it takes a while for them to announce. Like, I signed the bout agreement and I'm waiting. They say on the bout agreement, like, you're not allowed to say anything until we announce it. So I'm like, oh, God. And everyone's asking me, you can't really say anything. Like, even a few of my teammates back home, like Stuart Austin, if he's listening, he's always like, when you fighting? And when he finds out, he's like, oh, you're a snake. You didn't tell me. He's like, oh, you're a big time star now. I'm like, no, I just couldn't say. It's in my bout agreement. It's in my contract. I can't say. So it took ages, but then they finally sent me the poster and I could announce it and
yeah.
let everyone know,
It was months though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That
it was
you'd known for.
ages. I probably signed it before Christmas and I just had to wait and wait and wait until a few weeks ago.
And
And I
it was
could let
always the
everyone know.
same opponent.
Yeah, same opponent. No changes there.
So you're fighting John Redmond at
Yeah,
Bellator Dublin on the 23rd of Feb.
yeah.
What can we expect from the fight?
From the fight, I mean, to be honest, I like the guy. Like, he's quite well known. He's up for it. He's been finished a lot. He's probably been finished more than fights that I've had. But yeah, I do like the guy. I respect him. Like, I'm not a trash talker, but if I do say anything that's offensive, I'm just being honest. You know, I do think he's a bit of a quitter. He likes a way out, you know. So I'm just going to put the pain on him and bust him up a bit and give him what he wants, give him a way out.
Show off them new wrestling moves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing that, you know, because out here you kind of, your level has to improve, otherwise you just get busted up. So I'm looking forward to that. I like seeing how I compare now to the UK guys.
Is it hard not getting starstruck amongst like all of those big names, or are they just other gym sparring partners?
I've been coming out here for a few years now, like quite regularly. So you get to know these guys, you befriend them and stuff, and they just become your mates first and foremost. But yeah, I mean, it's great when you get to train with people at that level, and then when you do, like, you start to do well against these guys, and you're like, damn, that guy is like a world champ at my weight class, and I just nicked a round off him. Like, it's really good for your confidence in your game, you know.
And how did you first start going out there? Did you have a contact there, or?
Literally, I was like visiting some friends and family out here, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna train. I was here for like a month, and I just turned up to the old gym, which was called Combat Club. I just showed up with my gear. Actually, I walked in without my gear, and Henry Hooft was there, the striking coach. And I said, hey, man, like, I'm from London. And he was friendly because he's European as well. He's Dutch. I said, oh, I'm out here for a few weeks, just wanted to train. And he was like, well, we're about to spar in 5 minutes. Have you got your stuff? I said, yeah, my stuff's in the car. He said, well, go get it. Let's see what you got. So I just ran to the car, got my gear, ran in. Everyone was already warming up, doing their warm-up rounds. I quickly put on my shin guards, my gloves. I didn't even get to warm up. Just put my mouth guard in. I was like, oh, shit. And I think maybe my first round was with Luke Rockhold. And
oh, my God.
Yeah, can you imagine? And he was like, yeah, he was going for it. Like, and then I remember after the sparring, he said, yeah, you're good enough. You can train with us. And then he just sent me the schedule, and that was it. I was just in, you know. But then I've seen other guys come in, and they get beat up, and the coaches are like, maybe here's some places you can train and stuff, but you're not really ready to train with us yet. So it's good knowing you're good enough for that level, you know.
Yeah. Well, I've got to say that I travel to the States quite a lot for work, and wherever I go, I try out a new gym, and nobody's ever asked me to come back.
I guess they just want to know that, like, he just wanted to know that you're useful for his guys, you know?
Yeah.
So I remember him saying to me, you got good kicks, you got really good kicks, but he's like, he said, my guys are good, you can kick him hard if you want. Like, he could see I was kind of a bit tentative, and he's like, don't hold back. Hit my guys. But yeah, that was good.
If the first person they gave you in sparring though was Luke Rockhold, then I'm not sure you really know how hard to go. Would you? Like,
I know.
Imagine you piss him off with your first kick.
Exactly. So I just took my time.
Lewis, have you got any questions for Tuco?
Yeah, first one. Obviously, you're going out to Dublin to fight. What's your thoughts on that? It's known as being a passionate place for MMA, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it, man. I love the Irish. I got a lot of Irish friends and stuff, and I'm just honoured really to be able to go out there and see the crowd and the fans there. I hope they're not going to be too hostile towards me. You know, I'm a Cockney Londoner, but I'm ready for that. I'm going to embrace that little culture pot. That'll be fun. I know he's the hometown guy, which I actually relish. You know,
it's a big card, isn't it? I mean, it's good exposure. Yeah. You're looking forward to sort of getting on a big show like that.
Yeah, of course. And going up against a well-renowned gym, and I know there will be the cards full of guys from SBG. So I'm just happy to go against them, man. I'm looking forward to it. My opponent's, he's like same height as me. He's quite tall. He's up for it. So I'm just going to have a proper scrap.
Yeah. I'm just having a look on the YouTube comments. Let's see what we've got. We've got Peter Knox asking his usual question.
Oh, no. Let me guess.
If you could change one rule in MMA, what would you change and why?
I just lost you there for a sec. What did you say?
So one question we've got is, if you could change one rule in MMA, what would it be and why?
It would be... Everyone says soccer kicks, don't they? I don't want to say soccer kicks. I'll say, this is going to sound extreme, but when I used to watch like Vale Tudo back in the day, there'd be fights in Brazil where they'd actually headbutt on the ground with the ground and pound. I'd probably do that because I got a proper hard boat. I got a good forehead for that.
I've seen
I'd
ones
probably
where
do
they
that.
were allowed to punch to the dick. Have you seen
Yeah,
those?
I've seen that. I've seen that. One of my favorite fights
Up
ever.
for bringing that back?
No,
no,
no
I
dick
don't want that to
punches.
happen to me. But one of the best MMA fights I've ever seen was Chuck Liddell against Jose Landy Johns, Pele, and they fought in Brazil, and it was in a ring with like netting on the bottom, and there was headbutts. It was gruesome, man. But that's where I was like, man, headbutts. I'd love to be able to headbutt on the ground. That'd be awesome. Yeah, just straight through someone's guard. Bam, yeah.
Okay, play. We've got another. How many Jaffa cakes could you eat in a minute?
Oh man, I could eat a lot. Do you know what? I think I done an eating challenge. It was the Ferrero Rocher one. It was like the world record. I attempted it and I thought I could beat it, but I couldn't. But Jaffa cakes all day, I could eat 100. I'll say. You can hold me to that.
There's no drink though. There's no drink. This is a big sticking point for some people.
That's fine with me. I got a big gob. I can keep it wet.
The record's 17 in a minute. Do you think you could smash that?
Jaffa cakes. I think I could smash that. I might have to try it and send you the video.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
after
we'll
the
upload
fight,
it.
of course.
Yeah.
I have to do it after the fight.
I think this got to get down. We want to try and get as many people to do this as we can. Maybe we'll do like a charity thing. Raise a little bit of money. We'll pick a charity and we'll get as many fighters as we can to see who can do the most Jaffa cakes in a minute.
I'm up for that. I think
that could be interesting.
Reach out to my opponent. Ask him if he wants to do it after the fight. We can do it.
Head to head.
Yeah, as long as none of us gets DQ'd for punching the other in the dick, then I'm all good for that.
I mean, it's a fight-ending move, isn't it? Dick punch. that's the fight over right there. I think if I happen.
Proper.
Last one we've got for you, Katie, is: have you got a new camera this evening? You look different.
Oh, that's because when I do it out of my laptop, I swear it makes me look fatter and horrible. But actually, I'm using my phone, Peter, so that's just rude.
There we go. That's pretty much it for YouTube questions at the moment.
Okay.
I mean, can we get your prediction for this one? How do you see this one going?
For this fight, I think I'll stop him late in the first or early in the second. I mean, I've trained so hard for this. I don't see how he could beat me unless if I get caught, you know. But I'm aware of all his most dangerous moves and stuff, so I'll do my best to avoid them. But I think I'll get a stoppage late in the first or early in the second. Yeah,
that's cool.
I'll put a hurt on him and give him a way out. I think he's a quitter.
Do you know where he trains? Sorry.
He trains at SBG. So I don't know where he used to train, but I remember he fought Charlie Ward in that famous fight where McGregor jumped in the cage after. Yeah. And then I think after that he went over to SBG to train there. So
okay.
That's what I think. But I don't know. I don't know what SBG is like at the moment. I know there's a lot of guys in and out of there since Conor made it so famous, but yeah, I don't know.
I guess you want to beat the best version of him anyway.
Yeah, of course. I'm not scared to lose. Like, I just want a great fight. I'm just up for the scrap really, and I'm gonna just do my best to hurt him. Yeah, it's not personal. It's just work. Yeah.
You say it in such a friendly, happy way.
Yeah, of course. That's my attitude. Like, it's not personal. I'm not a trash talker. I don't dislike the guy. He's just a guy. He's just like a blank face to me, you know? Yeah.
Your next victim.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, as you know, I'm sure you know Murdad Janzamini, a.k.a. Sniper Fist. Yeah, whenever I get an opponent, he, like, finds them on social media and he starts to, like, comment on all their pictures with, like, provocative sexual things. So, oh God. So I'm sure he sent me a post where my opponent posted the fight poster and Sniper Fist commented on there going like, with the aubergine emojis going, "You're going to get pumped." What the fuck? You know, he must think, what are these guys up to?
Well, we've moved over to YouTube because he was stalking our Facebook Live comments and upsetting
He's
all
a
the
menace.
guests.
He's a menace.
He plagued Sage Northcutt. The questions he was leaving for Sage Northcutt, we could not read out. So
he's a menace.
Oh, Lewis, have you got any more questions?
Yeah, I want to ask for another prediction because you're obviously training down with Usman. You said
Yeah.
he's got a big fight. How do you see that one going for the belt with Tyron Woodley?
Man, like I rate Tyron Woodley so highly. Like in every title fight he's had, all his defenses, I was like, I've actually bet money on him. But being in the gym and seeing Kamaru's work ethic, like it's just I've never seen anyone like that. He's absolutely flawless. Like been watching his rounds closely. I'm in the gym with him every day, and firstly he's a great guy, super humble, super cool guy, super friendly, and he's kind of almost like a team captain. Like even today after training, he makes sure all the boys get round and stretch after we train. But I think Kamaru's gonna cause an upset. I think he's gonna win. I think he's the perfect matchup for Woodley, and I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people.
Yeah,
What's he had to say about Ben Askren and all that Marty from Nebraska stuff?
Well, I didn't hear. I saw that at the press. Robbie Lawler trains with us as well.
Right.
So Kamaru and Robbie been training for both those opponents, same show, both against good wrestlers. I haven't heard him say anything about Askren yet. Were they teammates or something on a wrestling team, right?
Yeah, like I think at school or something,
right.
or like way back, and he was like, he's just he's like into all this cultural misappropriation. Yeah. He's not even really like from there. Kamaru Usman's not his name. His name's Marty, and he's from Nebraska.
No. He's a Nigerian nightmare.
He's like, it's all made up.
I train with him. I can tell you, he's a nightmare. He's a nightmare.
To be fair, Ben Askren is one of the best trolls in the UFC. I think he's such a funny guy when he gets trolled.
It's good to see him. It's good to see him in the UFC. That's another one. I think Robbie's going to surprise people again because I've been watching him train, and he's just, I don't know what to say about him. He's like a zombie almost. He's just like so focused, and I just think he's going to beat Askren up. I remember seeing Askren said he hasn't been punched in years. Like yeah, but I think he's going to get punched. Like
not a good person to get punched against, is it?
First
time back, like.
Robbie's just a vet. It's like he's crazy. Even in the gym watching him, he's almost like not there sometimes while he's training. It's like I see someone maybe try and put a combination on him, and that would hurt anyone else. And you just see Robbie like poker face, just like walking through it. You're like, Jesus, this man's just like focused.
And it's great preparation for him to go down and work with Kamaru and other great wrestlers because he's going to be facing such a good wrestler. So very smart on his part, I would say. Moving down there to Florida. Like. I mean, what's your long-term plans? We just had James Webb on a second ago.
Yeah.
And we sort of got into it with him. What's your long-term plans in this? Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? Obviously, looking past this fight a little bit.
Just gonna try and put a win streak together, and just keep going. I'm not one of these guys, to be honest, who's like, I want to be a world champ. Like, I got a life outside of fighting. I'm a cool guy. I enjoy the ride, obviously. Great opportunity, but I don't know, that almost it sickens me a little bit, if I'm honest, when I see these young guys and they're like, I want to be a world champ. I'm just like, man, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't really. I'm just I want to have a nice life, good life, have fun. I enjoy training, being healthy, fighting is just an awesome ride. But I just want to live a great life, and I'm not like obsessed with the fight game. I train hard for fights. I give it my all, get paid, get laid.
That sounds like a Janzamini line, doesn't it? That sounds like a Murdad line.
But that's just I'm just going to try to put a win streak together, just always win and put on a show for the fans, help to grow the sport a little bit. And that's it really. Just represent my hometown, London, and the people around me, my friends and family,
Who's in your corner for Bellator?
In my corner, well, I'll see what coaches from here are going to fly out, but I'll probably have my mainstay in my corner, Mr. Ashley Grimshaw, who's headlining his own Bellator out in the States.
I'm actually interviewing him on Wednesday. I love to get my title
Ash
boys
is
on.
my guy. I call Ash my uncle. Ash is like, I've been with Ash since day one, like since the first fight I ever had. Ash has been there. He's like highly knowledgeable. I regard him like as one of the top guys to have in your corner. Like I've seen a lot of since I've been fighting, I've been in a lot of corners as well, and I see like different coaching styles. And for me, Ash is like flawless. He's completely like stoic. He's great at giving information. He always knows the right thing to do. I regard Ash to be one of the best cornermen. And whenever there's other fighters who have Ash in their corner as well, I'm like, you know about Ash. So Ashley Grimshaw, he's always a mainstay in my corner. I have my boxing coach, John Durant, from Durant's gym back home.
Yep.
Really good boxing coach, really underrated. A lot of fighters are starting to work with him now because he's really, a lot of boxing coaches, they're not fans of MMA and they don't really adapt their style for MMA, but he's really, really good like that. He really adapts the boxing for MMA. And then I'll probably bring one of the coaches out from here, maybe the wrestling coach, Greg Jones or Henry. I'll see who wants to come out. A lot of guys, they want to travel, but they got a lot of fighters to corner. When you see the board in the gym of the fights that they got coming up, there's like 30 fights, and it's like title fight here, there. They got guys in UFC, Bellator, One Championship, Brave, like everywhere. There's guys all over.
It's exciting to be around that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
And
some of the guys I train with are just awesome. There's also some guys from back home out here, which is good. You got Linton Vassell, top guy, nicest guy in the gym. Danny Roberts. So some cool English guys. Just like cool guys in the gym. Another guy, Ong La and Sang. He's the double champ at One Championship. He trains with us here. So it's just like such a deep roster like in the gym. It's awesome.
Yeah. He's a big deal out in Asia, isn't he, Ong La?
Yeah. And he's one of the most humble guys ever. Like he's the most humble guy. He's the guy who's like, everyone, let's go for lunch. Like, let's all hang out. He's just so down to earth, man. Such an awesome guy.
I was reading an article the other day. They like erected a huge statue of him in Burma.
It's incredible, man.
Crazy,
when I saw that, I always make fun of him. I'm like, you're my hero. You're my hero. I want to get a T-shirt of him and wear it around because he's just, that guy's awesome, man. Awesome. And he always wants to help out in the gym. Like, for someone who's so like famous now, he's like, he always wants to help out. He's like, do you need someone to hold pads for you? Or he always wants to help you drill. Like, super nice guy.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Like, you got a fighter who in Asia is that big. And then you come to like UK and America and people don't really know who he is.
People
don't
know.
Pass him on the street. It's absolutely crazy.
The real fans know who he is.
Yeah, definitely. We've got some YouTube questions coming in.
Go ahead.
Well, Peter Knox is asking, have you ever shit-talked your opponent, which we know is a no, but...
I haven't, no. And even, like, my last opponent, I fought a Chinese guy, and I actually got him a gift at the weigh-in. Like, I got gifts for him and his coach.
What did you get him?
I got him, like, one of those little gold cats that waves.
Oh, you're supposed to be lucky. That was brave of you.
And I got his coach some tea as well. Some Chinese tea. Yeah, I went out of my way and went and found some Chinese stuff for them. Yeah. I don't shit talk. If someone shit talks me though, then I'll give it back proper. But I don't think I would start shit talking. But if someone wants to shit talk me, I can do that all day. Like,
have you come across an opponent who has?
No, not really. I think I fought a Romanian guy once, and I said in the build-up, I was like, it's going to be a quick night. And we went to decision, and then after he was like, oh, you said it was going to be a quick night, but you see, I only lost by decision. I'm like, yeah, bro, you still lost. Like, I beat you.
But you were wrong.
Yeah,
I was going to change the question up slightly because he said, would you ever shit talk to get in someone's head? But what I was going to ask, would shit talking ever get in your head if someone was good at it?
No, especially where I come from. Like, I grew up in London. I'm from Camden Town. I'm from quite a bad neighborhood. And if someone giving words, it's just words. Like, no one could ever get in my head.
Fair play. Also, the next one we've got then, who is your dream opponent in MMA?
My dream opponent in MMA? What's the biggest fight I could get? Or like stylistically, my dream opponent? What do you think?
Both.
I don't know. My dream opponent. Well, I'd probably say like, I don't know. I quite fancy like, well, the UFC champ at the moment, Robert Whittaker. I think he's quite a small middleweight. He's got good hands and stuff, but he'd probably be a good opponent, you know.
Yeah, that's a cool one. That is a cool opponent to actually pick.
Yeah.
How do you see his
I
next
just
fight
think
going?
because
By
he's
the way,
quite small. I don't know. They're both small. We were talking about that in the gym. They're both like welterweights coming up. So I don't really see it as like a true middleweight contest, you know. I think there's bigger, better middleweights out there who could beat the pair of them, you know. Like they couldn't get a sniff at welterweight, and now they're fighting for the middleweight title, you know. So I mean, they're both good fighters and stuff. I don't know what will happen with that. I quite like Gastelum. He seems like a nice kid. Yeah.
I think Whitaker's looked so much better since he's moved up though, and
yeah, I'm sure it's a healthier move, but I just don't see him as like a real star. I don't see him as like a dangerous guy, you know. Like when I look at like Rockhold, Romero, like these are dangerous guys who can like finish people emphatically, but I just see him as like he's a humble champ, hardworking, but I don't see him as like special talent, you know.
what did you think of his last fight with Romero?
Romero,
What did you think of the decision?
He got dropped a couple of times. I'm a fan of Romero. I wanted Romero to win that. He got dropped a couple of times, didn't he? I think I thought he lost it personally, and they should have had like a trilogy, right? They fought before, right?
Yeah.
They fought twice, yeah. I thought, oh, that sets up the trilogy, but I don't know. Who knows?
Nasty finish that was, wasn't it? A nasty finish that
the
last one.
Yeah.
So.
Any more questions, Lewis, on the YouTube?
No, nothing else. Someone's asking where you got your hoodie from, Katie.
Oh, I think there's shit stirring, Lewis.
I still haven't got one of these hoodies. This is where the issue lies. So, you know, I've started putting my foot down and demanding a hoodie, I think.
Or a gay.
Yeah.
Oh no!
But yeah, no other questions coming on YouTube now. That's the last of them.
The comments are just abusing us.
Yeah.
We'll set up the Jaffa Cake challenge for the next day after the fight, 24th
We'll definitely
of February.
set it up. Definitely set it up.
Do it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on, especially when you're in Florida.
My pleasure, guys. My pleasure.
Enjoy
the weather.
And good luck with the fight.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys. I'll speak to you soon.
Catch you, buddy.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.